boys and girls, welcome to the menu of the ESR, PHSR, and Tugas Porsche 911 Legends Carrera Cup 964-8349, area code 277. At Laguna Seca, I am very attractive. With me, as always, is the X-Man. Bump, bump. He likes to chop him. He likes to stomp him. Michael Magus.
Thank you. We are here at Laguna Seca, as my co-commentator Byron said. And you ready for some corkscrew action, Byron? Because, that's going to be lovely.
I am fully prepared for loop-loops, random clowns on the track, and perhaps a Ferris wheel.
Indeed. There is the grid being shown before you. I'm going to say this right now. 11th place there, Paul Eper. I'm going with Eper. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I tried throwing it into my usual pronunciation tool guides. They didn't know either. So that's your fault for having a weird name. But anyways, I'll give you the full rundown of the grid here because it rolled. And we got 5 minutes of warm-up anyways. So on pole position, we'll have Henrik Andreasen ahead of Mike Stoppmill. That is stunning that Mike Stoppmill is, for the second race in a row, not starting on pole. Tobias Thierolf is third, followed by Rene Ermer, Maciej Kaschuk, Sebastian Gunther, Andrew D., Adam Komorowski, Martin Evans, Andy Darnell, Paul Eper, Ross Hayden, Antonio Costa, Jeremy Reeder, Fotis Zoku, Ariel Zatoni. Welcome back, Ariel! We have not had the Zatoni man in a long time.
Ha-cha-cha.
He will be sharing row 8 with Bertrand Barrier. Row 8 with Fotis, and then it's Barrier. David Phillips, Raul Valoria, Steve Davidson, Josiah Jerome, James P. Butler, then David Ziska, Peter Backus, David Feit, Mauricio Delgado starting all the way down in 26th place. Byron, how does that make you feel?
Horrible. They're always picking on Mauricio.
Adam Stewart and Rick Martel are behind him, followed by Mauricio Julian, Dennis Patterson, and Yuri Kratashvili. Surprising result for Kratashvili being down in 31st place. Timo Ryder and Ken Scott are also listed here, but they do not have times. So I do not know if they'll be taking the grid, because that could suggest that they had some kind of technical issue. Ooh, Mike Stoppmill. There's the livery he's got for today. These are the classic Porsches from a long time ago. I'm going to pull them up so I can give more details. Byron, fill time.
I like purple Porsche. Purple Porsche pretty good. Also alliterative. And also I can't hear out of my left or my right ear because I have some sort of weird sinus thing going on. And it's really off-putting. I find it more inconvenient than anything else. It's really weird because if I lay down on my bed and I want to watch a video on my phone and just like fall asleep, I got to do it on my right side because I can't hear out of my right ear. And the left ear would be into the pillow and thus sound negated.
Ooh, I would have a problem with that because I can't rely on my right side right now.
Well, that's because you, sir, have bonitis.
No, I have injured some of my intercostal muscles on the right side, so they do not like having weight put on them.
Costa, I don't even think he's in this match.
He is. We got two Costas.
Oh my goodness, Costa doing business went up.
Antonio and Ricardo.
We got purple Porsche, we got a pink Porsche.
The page is being really, really slow. My apologies.
You're being slow.
Well, technically by the transitive properties of using the page, yes. Oh, this is the really old Porsche. All right, here we go. I've got it up. Load. There you are. They're early 90s, early 1990s, 265 horsepower engines, 1,156 kilograms. They have a 3.6 liter flat 6 engine in these things. Is there a Gulf livery option? Because I know that is what Byron needs to know.
Correct.
Byron, I have bad news. There is no Gulf livery in this field.
Well, I mean, that's standard news. Bad news would be there is Gulf livery and no one picked it.
Oh, well, that would be worse. But nope, there just isn't one this time around. Also, come on, we got Rick Martel in this field. It would 100% get
without the livery before. I've seen him.
The only time he's raced without the livery is when it has not been available, though. If there's a Gulf livery, he's picking it.
That is not true. don't remember what series it was, but there was one where he raced without it. It might have been a team decision. I don't remember.
Ah, that is true. Periodically, there are team decisions that oh, Lord, somebody off the track. There's a couple of good ones, though. There's some interesting stuff going on here, livery-wise. There's a nice teal one, which I'm looking forward to seeing somebody in. Nothing else really standing out, but they're all pretty cool. There's no boring liveries in this field, which is nice. Hey, Josiah Jerome's got the one I was talking about. There you go. The series is very unpredictable because we're doing a different car every round, and that means that well, things get weird because you could be perfectly capable in like the GT3 modern cars, and then you're putting this one here. And it's like, this is like 30 years older and confusing.
I believe they imported them all from the year 911.
We got 2 races today. Let me pull up the event rules here. If Race App was willing to work with me here, come on, Race App. What is going on?
No Race App, what are you?
Race App is being very, very slow for me right now.
Yeah, warm-up number 1 is done. Now we'll go through another several hours of further warm-up.
No, we got 2 30-minute races today. They're shorties, which means no mandatory pit stop required. Nice.
Double pit stop required.
And, yeah. Ooh, next round's going to be a 90-minute race at the Nürburgring, Byron. There you go.
The Nürburgring. Didn't they race there a couple times last year?
I believe the Nürburgring appears quite frequently on our schedules. Mike Stockbill coming in today with the championship lead from Tobias Thierolf, Henrik Andreasen, Josiah Jerome, and Sebastian Gunther. And we'll see what happens. Everybody, most of the big guns are here today. A couple of people are absent from race 1. Vic Vega, not here today. Ricardo Costa. Oh, we only got one Costa. I'm disappointed by that. We're getting a terrible view of Ken Scott in the pit lane here at the start. Not sure what the camera guy... Camera guy, what are you doing? Camera guy is very bad. Byron, we're having an excellent tour of the pit lane here.
I dig it. It's the best.
This is being recorded after the fact, so this is not my fault. I have no camera control. Henrik Andreasen apparently out in the lead ahead of Mike Stockbill, Tobias Thierolf. Rene Ermer was in 4th, dropped down. Magic Kazchuk now into 4th. Ermer, Komorowski, Darnell, D, Gunther, and Edmonds, your top 10. Is the camera actually going to, at some point,
it
get
will
fixed?
Although it would be funnier if it didn't.
Not really, because then we'll be here talking for an hour.
We can do that. Mike, how are things with your elbows these days?
Elbows are good. I would like to say it is officially winter where I am. I was out shopping today at the grocery store and picked up some of those like Starbucks cappuccino beverages, and I was drinking one on the way home, and it froze.
Very nice.
So it is officially Canadian winter.
It was down to -40 all weekend here. It was a good time. I stayed inside.
Weekend was pretty okay for us here, but yeah, today was quite cold. There we go! On board with Fotis Azoglu in 12th place as he battles with Paul Eper. They're going side by side. I forget some of the turn names here. My apologies. I do remember the Andretti hairpin, which is the turn 1, basically. And then, of course, the corkscrew. And I don't remember the other ones, which is weird. I used to know all the turns at Laguna Seca. Haven't raced here in a hot second. James Butler in the yellow Porsche being overtaken by Raul Valoria for 18th place. He'll look to try to get up the inside here into the Andretti hairpin. And I think... Oh! I was going to say, I think he did, but then Bertrand Barrier ended up appearing in front of him, and he spins the Frenchman around.
Well done. I like the guy cutting on the inside. That was good, too.
Well, he got a penalty for that, so...
Got a penalty, but he made up like 19 spaces. So.
Ross Hayden in behind Paul Eper and Fotis Azoglu here. A little train forming for 12th place. Andrew D in 7th, trying to make his way around Adam Komarowski, who probably is very, very happy his penalty from round 1 got revoked. Dave Ziska, who I don't believe we've ever seen before, so welcome if that is the case. And Martin Edmonds in 8th place behind Andrew D. Once again, Canadian Battle Royale. Josiah Jerome, championship contender, is struggling, though, down in 23rd place as he battles with James Butler. And up ahead of them is Adam Stewart. A little bit of contact there for Yuri Krachachville, trying to make an overtake through the corkscrew. He ends up in the wall. And falling back, we've lost Andy Darnell from the race already.
Did not forthwith.
Indeed. Did not finish. Don't know why. James Butler barging up the inside of Adam Stewart there. And Josiah Jerome looking to come with him. Instead, we're going to look at Martin Edmonds real quick here. In the Andretti hairpin. Side-by-side action, Josiah Jerome versus Adam Stewart. And that'll be Jerome through. Jeremy Reeder loses control of the car, I think kind of just on his own. Ends off in the dirt. We do have a reverse grid for the second race here today. Peter Backus. He's having a good race. He started, I thought, pretty low down.
Low down, dirty.
Has made his way through the field quite a bit up into 14th place. We also have a Bernie Ecclestone racing. That is hilarious.
Is it?
Yeah, kind of. It's one of those, like, you know, making your name into a famous racing personality and, you know, racing under that name. I personally don't like it. I don't generally allow it. I find silly names lead to silly drivers like Dive Bomb. Dennis Patterson making a spot up there against Timo Ryder. And that is Adam Stewart off the track and in the wall. He'll drop back a couple of places. Henrik Andreasen, Mike Stoppmill going side by side into the Andretti hairpin, looking to battle it out here for the lead. Andreasen's had it. Stoppmill is down the inside, though. And he'll cover the cutback nicely. Stoppmill to the front.
Whoa.
As Timo Ryder ends up kind of side-swiping somebody there and putting them into the wall, Byron. We've lost Jeremy Reeder.
Run out of words.
Putting us at 31 cars on track. As James Butler looks down the inside of Dave Feit. Looking for 25th place. And Yuri Kratashvili battles with Ken Scott. And Timo Ryder. Somebody was off there, didn't catch who. Peter Backus is up to 12th. And we see Henrik Andreasen on the tail of the Stoff. Mike Stoppmill, championship leader. Can he pull out another win? I wouldn't bet against it, to be honest.
What if he continues to waggle his bottom all over the track and eventually ends up in the wall?
Well, the thing is these Porsches from the 1990s are kind of hard to control, so they're gonna twitch, even under the control of a driver as competent and smooth as Mike Stoppmill. There's going to be a little bit of booty waggling.
I do enjoy it.
As Henrik Andreasen takes back the lead from the Dutchman, Mike Stoppmill. Timo Ryder. Speaking of a booty waggle, he's got a lot of it, and that is Mauricio Julianov as well.
Booty waggling everywhere.
These Porsches have got back.
Purple Porsche, pink Porsche.
Andrew D back into 9th place. Trailed by trailing Sebastian Gunther and ahead of Antonio Costa. Somebody just drove straight off the track. It appears to have been James Butler. And, Dave Feit, actually. And James Butler with a spin as well. That's Fotis in the wall. And spins back onto the track.
Good old Crazy Glue himself.
And Fight has retired. I was kind of wondering, because Fight just drove straight in a turn, so I was wondering if he had lost connection or a hardware problem, and his retirement would suggest that that may, in fact, have been the case. Maybe a wheel failing or a game crash, something of that ilk. Because it was a mistake you don't generally see as Sebastian Gunther touches the wall.
Pig Porsche pounded the perimeter.
Would you call that the Pink Panther Porsche?
I would not.
Oh, Raul Valoria.
Now I like more points because Raul had a lot more style happening there.
Valoria rejoins. Mauricio Julian also rejoining the race. Bertrand Barrier trying to make his way back up after some contact earlier. And Josiah Jerome still trying to make his way through the field a little bit here as he battles with, I believe that's Dave Zitka. Rick Martell's having a good day. He's up in 20th place. Pardon me, that's Rick Martell he was battling with. There you go. Big climber, 13 places for Peter Backus. He is your hard charger of the day. Up from 24th to 11th. On bar with Martin Edmonds. And that is Bertrand Barrier calling it a day. We'll see if he hangs around for race number 2.
33 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Well, we're down to 29. On board with Timo Ryder as he trails Ken Scott. There's Martin Evans up on the tail of Adam Komorowski, battle for 6th place. And behind them, that is Antonio Costa, who's having a good day. Raul Valoria off again. Rough times for Raul. He lost his front end at Brands Hatch as well, so his team is not happy with the repair bill right now for that car.
I can dig that.
As Ken Scott goes side by side with Timo Ryder into the corkscrew, and Ryder makes the overtake happen. By the way, ballsy to make an overtake into the corkscrew. That takes some significant testicular fortitude. As Dave Ziska overtakes Mauricio Delgado, who is, of course, driving the yellow Porsche. Somebody rejoining there from the desert. Looks like maybe Fotis Zoglu. Sebastian Gunther is in 14th after his contact. There is Fotis moving quite slowly still. And there is Bernie Ecclestone trailing Gunther. Henrik Andreasen, Mike Stoppmill, Tobias Thero, Rene Ermer, Magic Kazchuk pretty much have been the top 5 this whole time. Komorowski in 6th, followed by Edmonds, Costa, D, and Eper. And then your hard charger, Peter Backus.
In front of us.
There were 2 guys in my high school named Back and Front. Enjoyed that.
Was both of them had the middle name and?
No. It was Ben Front and Alex Back.
Nobody named side to side?
Nah, I don't think I've ever met anyone with that last name. Josiah Jerome looking for a way around Mr. Dave Zicka. Or Zicka, pardon me.
Zizka.
Could be Zizka.
I mean, it's Z-I-Z-K-A. Unless those are twos. Then that's some weird Russian thing.
I believe he would be Czech. So there you go.
You better check on that.
Looks like he might be a resident of the UK, though. As he looks down the inside of the corkscrew and is unable to pull off the overtake against your boy, Mauricio Delgado.
Go, Mauricio.
By the way, hell of a shot, though, getting the onboard through the corkscrews to go side by side. Very impressive. Sebastian Gunther on the tail of Ariel Zattoni. Battle for 13th position. Mike Stopmill on the tail of Henrik Andreasen, looking to go big game hunting. By the way, what a day it would be for Henrik to pick up a W against not only Mike Stopmill, but Tobias Thierolf as well. As he continues to lead. Dave Ziska battling with Mauricio Delgado again. And again, the yellow submarine will come out on top. Apologies to Mr. Ziska, though. You are battling with Josiah Jerome and Mauricio Delgado. You will get very little love from the commentary. As James Butler goes into a spin. Manages to hit both Adam Stewart and Fotis Azoglu.
Tremendousness.
And there's Butler off again. He's having a bad day.
He is not having the opportune bottling that he usually does.
No, he is having a rough time. Josiah Jerome looking to get past Dave Ziska. And ahead of him would be Mauricio Delgado, and then ahead of him would be Bernie Ecclestone. Although that could be a lap car actually they have there, because I'm seeing a 7-second gap between Delgado. Yeah, it's a lap car. So that was probably Mauricio Julian, I guess, getting out of the way.
Dave's not here, man.
And there is Martin Edmonds in the flashy green car. Having overtaken Adam Komorowski after Komorowski made a mistake and lost a spot also to Costa, Yuri Kratashvili into the wall. These cars are pretty tough. We seen a couple of them take like some solid headers and just keep chugging. Of course, Byron is very anti-Porsche due to our time in World of Tanks.
That's not true.
You're a Jagdpanther man, not a Ferdinand man.
I'm anti-Porsche because they won't be honest about the 911 just being a really stretched out VW bug.
It predates the VW bug, though.
It does not.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I'm pretty sure that the bug was invented in 1910 and this was only invented in 1911.
The bug was not invented in 1910, so... I'd actually be interested to find out the answer.
I could probably find out.
What came first, the 911 or the bug? Yuri Kratashvili in the wall, and another spin. Rough day.
The Porsche 911 Classic, 1964 to 1989.
Okay.
The Volkswagen.
And the Beetle probably is first.
In 1938. I know this because
I overestimated the Porsche's age.
I know this because people talk about Hitler a lot on the internet.
Yep.
Did you know that the vast majority of them were produced in Germany? 15,448,858.
We're talking about the Beetle, I assume?
Yes. Of which 330,251 were cabriolet, and 3.35 million of them were made in Brazil. There is no third place.
Alrighty. Couple of cars off and trying to rejoin. Peter Backus has fallen backwards a little bit after his phenomenal charge through the field. Finds himself in 14th place, going side by side with Bernie Ecclestone. Pardon me, that's Ariel Zatoni? Zatoni with the overtake there. I apologize, of course, with misidentifying cars today. The problem with this series is that everyone's car and livery will change. There will be no chance that I actually get any kind of feel for who's in what car. With a few exceptions.
Yuri's dead, R.I.P.
I can rely on Mauricio Delgado to pick the yellow one. I can rely on Rick Bartel to pick the golf one, if there is an option. As Yuri says, you know what? I'm done. Parks at the pit lane. Had a rough day.
Alas, poor Yuri. I knew him well, Horatio.
On board with Peter Backus as he looks to make an overtake of Ariel Zatoni, which is, I can tell you from personal experience, difficult. Ariel is a tenacious defender, as Adam Stewart finds the wall. And James Butler. Butler, that's like the third time you spun in that same spot, man.
A lot of that going around. Pun intended.
And Butler retires from the races. You know what? I've spun in the same spot 3 times for the camera. I'm done.
Yeah, I can dig that.
Sebastian Gunther down the inside, picking up 11th place over Ross Hayden. Haven't said Ross Hayden's name a lot today. He's running in 12th place, so that's a good day. That's a good day at the office. Especially given how many spins we've seen. Steve Davison versus Dave Ziska for 18th place. Heading into the Andretti hairpin. And the Canadian will shove the Czech driver out wide and make his way through.
Please send the authority. Goose has my arm.
The Goose has your arm?
It's a good thing I got to press the talk on both the mouse and the keyboard.
Do you require dog assistance?
No, I think that'd make it worse.
That probably would make it worse.
Probably try and climb up my sleeve.
Dave Ziska looking down the inside, but I don't think that's on. Steve will keep the position through the kink. Pardon me, this is the kink here.
Kink.
Kink leading up to the corkscrew. This corkscrew was an absolute nightmare back in the day when I played the old school Superbike games, like Superbike 2000, Superbike 2001, 2002. Because the ability for the game to like properly texturalize that section of the track was non-existent. So it felt like an ice rink.
I had them design that specifically for that reason.
I think during the races against the AI, I'd just be like, you know what? I'm just going to straight line this. Ken Scott picking up a spot over Timo Ryder. He's having a pretty good day. Looks like whatever it is, this car actually suits him quite well. Adam Stewart with a big spin. Big power slide.
Oh, big slide.
Might lose a spot here to Scott if he doesn't rejoin quickly. Here comes Ken Scott and Timo Ryder. But Stewart will rejoin ahead of them. Antonio Costa having a solid day up in 7th place. Andrew D in 9th, trailing Adam Komarowski. Driving the, would you call that a mauve Porsche, maybe?
Purple Porsche. Purple Porsche would be.
Steve Dave hunting Mauricio Delgado, the most dangerous of charcuterie game.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, Steve. Don't do it,
boy.
Steve.
Oh, boy.
Bernie Eccleston in the wall in his Fujitsu car. And Maxcom computers. And that is the end for Bernie. He packs up and takes his $1 billion home. Timo Ryder spins off. Oh, Rene Ermer is off the track. The 4th place car off the track and loses a spot to Kaschuk, as well as Antonio Costa and Martin Evans. There's Timo Ryder trying to rejoin peacefully. 6 minutes to go and change. Dave Ziska with the onboard. And there's Antonio Costa. Coming into a 6th place here after not qualifying terribly well. Good to see our Portuguese driver doing quite well. By the way, up at the front, Henrik Andreasen does continue to lead by 2 seconds over Mike Stockmill. Steve Davidson, Mauricio Delgado side by side in the corkscrew. Delgado shoves him wide, but that is the inside line for the next turn. And he's got it. Actually, pardon me, that was Andretti hairpin. Delgado back up the inside, though, not giving up. And in the background, Dave Ziska is very happy. No, that was the corkscrew. And Ziska is going to make that overtake happen. I was right the first time.
I demand all purple Porsches start punching pedestrians.
Oh. Steve Davidson trying to get back through on Dave Ziska, and he will not this time. The Andretti hairpin. Battle for 17th position. Oh, Ziska way off the track. And that will give the spot, I think, to Davidson. Lots of track limit penalties. Sebastian Gunther, Tobias Thierolf, Martin Edmonds, Ariel Zatoni. You have all been fined 3 credits for violation of verbal track limits. Ziska goes down the inside of Steve Davidson in the run up to the corkscrew.
Put him on the wall.
As they head through the kink. And then up to the corkscrew. Davidson losing control a little bit. Took a little too much curb. Man, Backus with a big slide through there. Keeps the car pointing in the right direction, though. There's Antonio Costa on the trail of Martin Edmonds. These two have had a couple of good battles throughout the multi-community events we've had. Costa is one of Tugas Racing's finest. And Martin, of course, one of ESR's absolute hard-charging veterans. It's on the tail of his often teammate, Magic Kaschuk.
See, Martin has also let me down by not going with the Gulf Oil.
There wasn't one. We've been through this.
Wow, he's an admin. He can just make it happen.
No, he can't. That is the problem with race rooms. You can't do custom liveries. So what you get is what you get. There are many upsides to race room. The fact that it's free for the base game. The fact that it's as Dave Ziska makes his way past Mauricio Delgado. The amount of content is tracks and cars is just honestly unmatched, but it is completely uncustomizable. So you get what you get as Peter Backus overtakes Ariel Zattoni for 13th place. Mauricio getting shoved behind Ziska as well. Steve Davidson takes the shortcut through the corkscrew, gets a slowdown penalty, and will drop behind Mauricio Delgado and Dave Ziska. So Davidson backpedaling from 16th down to 18th. We have lost Timo Ryder at some point. I did not notice that. My apologies. We're down to 25. On board with the Martin. Somebody going slow there. I think that was Adam Stewart just getting out of the way.
I think it was.
I appreciate it. That's good etiquette. Not strictly required for a blue flag car, but he's not really racing anybody at the moment, so might as well be a considerate backmarker. Me tied out in front. It's still about a 2-second gap between Andreasen and Stopmill, with Thierolf a further 5 seconds back. That looks like the podium right now, though.
All right, Mike, if we can't have golf oil, how many of these guys should have had the Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor livery?
I need a Mickey's. Somebody make me a Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor livery for us. Of course, come to shooting. Do that now. Do it now. The driver's name is Mike Goldberg. I want to make that quite clear.
Condom Depot on the spoiler.
Condom Depot on the spoiler, yes. What other classic MMA, UFC, early UFC day names like that? Golden Palace?
Yeah, Golden Palace was pretty good. Can't remember anymore.
Zions.
Some NO Explode.
Nope. There's Dennis Patterson recovering.
And of course the tap out hubcaps.
Yep. Tap out. Oh, is tap out that I'm thinking of. Anyways, Peter Backus in the wall. Oh, Affliction! We need that.
Good old Albert Affliction.
Antonio Costa running in 6th position. I believe the checkered flag is out, so next time around is the final. Next time past the finish line is the end for these guys, as Paul Eper has a late spin there, drops out of the top 10. And indeed, it will be Henrik Andreasen defeating Mike Stopmill, Byron.
I don't believe it.
Tobias Thierolf will join them on the podium, along with Magic Kazchuk, Martin Edmonds, Antonio Costa, Rene Ermer, Adam Komorowski, Andrew D, and Sebastian Gunther in the top 10. I will quickly pull up the reverse grid rules we got here. Top 10. So it'll be Sebastian Gunther and Andrew D, who will be our front row for race number 2. Rick Martel had a pretty solid day, picking up an 18th spot finisher. Number 3 amongst the Canadians. He's got a Canadian podium ahead of Steve Davidson. That's very impressive. The rest of the field is Ross Hayden, Ariel Zattoni, Paul Eper, Peter Backus, 14th. Josiah Jerome, 15th. Bad day for him. David Ziska, 16th. Then Delgado, Martel, Davidson, Raul Valoria, who I have to give a hearty chest pound to for finishing the race despite having seriously damaged his car very early on. So credit to him. Finished on the lead lap too. Fotis Zoglu, Adam Stewart, Ken Scott, Dennis Patterson, Mauricio Julian also finishing. We lost Tobias Ryder, Bernie Ecclestone, James Butler, Yuri Kratachville, Bertrand Barrier, Dave Fight, Jeremy Reeder, and Andy Darnell on the way. Warm up for race number 2. Got a very bit of a jump cut there from Martin. So, Byron, what are your predictions